Oh, this is rare. A copy of the legendary Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was mysteriously purchased by someone in March from a game store that has been carrying it since 1992. Covered by Tech Times, video game industry analyst Matt Piscatella tweeted that he was surprised to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Game Gear pop-up in his sales report. Intrigued by the phenomena, Piscatella sent out a tweet hoping people on the interwebs could help him out. However, he wasn't able to immediately get any more info. This led to one theory saying that the game popped up in a Toys R Us as a sell-off, which makes sense, no? A relative of the mysterious buyer retweeted Piscatella and said it was his brother-in-law who bought the game at a store in Wisconsin for just $6.99. And apparently the game was purchased in February and they thought they could play the game with their Sega Game Gear. Sadly, the console didn't work properly. According to Game Rant, since its existence, the Sega Game Gear has totaled 10.62 million units in sales worldwide. It was later forced out of the video game market by Nintendo Game Boy as it was bigger. Well guys, do you prefer Game Gear or Game Boy? Stay calm and keep playing.
Flappy Bird flies no more. Crazy-making game pulled from the internet. Mobile phone gamers around the world were saddened to learn that Flappy Bird, a simple yet very difficult game, was pulled from the internet forever. The game's creator, Dong Nguyen, said he had to kill it as the game's phenomenal success was ruining his simple life. Flappy Bird was launched in May, but took off in December. The game was downloaded a total of 50 million times and made an estimated $50,000 a day in ads. So what went wrong? Some reports say Nintendo might have put some heat on Nguyen for the pipes that look like Mario's. The game maker has also been accused of using bots to unfairly boost downloads and visibility. Others have speculated that Nguyen just couldn't handle the inevitable flack frustrated players spewed his way. Pro web geek Robert Scoble said the move was a marketing ploy to raise interest in future games. He thinks Nguyen is a genius. So what do you think? Did Nguyen pull Flappy to get attention, or is he really just trying to get away from it all?
EA Battlefront 2 reply sparks Reddit savagery. American video game giant Electronic Arts is taking more hits than the Rebel base on Hoth after it responded to a fan's complaint on Reddit. User MBM Maverick complained that he paid $80 for the hotly anticipated online shooter Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Darth Vader was unplayable. EA said their intent was to provide games with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. That official response sparked what might be one of the most downvoted Reddit comments in history, with 67,000 downvotes and rising. Vader is reportedly locked behind the game's progression system and not available from the get-go. According to Forbes, he and his, spoiler alert, son Luke cost 60,000 in-game credits apiece. Credits are part of Battlefront 2's in-game economy and are earned via playtime. Forbes reports that 11 minutes of playtime equates to around 275 credits. Some Reddit users estimated it could take up to 40 hours of playtime to get Vader and another 40 hours to get Luke. Those combined 80 hours equate to nearly half a week. Loot boxes can also reportedly be bought with crystals, and those crystals cost real-world dollars. And that's after you put down 60 or 80 bucks for the game. But hey, it's only EA. What more could possibly go wrong?
Gaming study says too much in-game GPS is bad for you. Next time you boot up your favorite first-person shooter, it may be wise to switch off the heads-up display or minimap. Why? According to new research, too much in-game GPS could be bad for your brain. Participants in the video game study played games for between 2 and 4 hours, 3 times a week for up to 12 hours per week, resulting in 90 hours of gameplay time. The research looked at the effects of gameplay on the hippocampus and the caudate nucleus. The first is responsible for emotions, learning, and memory formation. The latter helps us form habits and routines. Routines such as when to eat, exercise, or get home from work, and how to reward yourself for your behavior, are stored in the caudate nucleus. The study found the hippocampus shrank after 90 hours of action and shooter gaming because players use their caudate nucleus more to play and navigate. However, the reverse was true for those playing 3D platform games. After 90 hours, researchers saw an increase in the gray matter in their hippocampi, and they were reportedly playing Super Mario games. The gist of it is this: in shooters and action games, players follow a map and are on a linear path, going from A to B. The study puts that too much of this is harmful for your brain. Super Mario, on the other hand, the researchers say, encourages you to remember landmarks and use spatial awareness and is good for the brain. And a bad hippocampus, they say, can result in depression and possibly even dementia. But University of Oxford professor Andrew Szubrylski points out that the study lacks statistical power and the framing of harm may mislead readers. He told the Mirror, the interpretation of harm, although attention-grabbing, was not peer-reviewed and appears to have been introduced afterwards. So basically, the study got published, then it was spun in a news release stating video games can harm brains. Newspapers saw that and thought, video games cause brain damage, yo! But the reality is that studies on gaming are inconclusive and mixed at best. For every study that says gaming is good for you, you'll find one that says it's bad. And speaking of studies, this team's work has been, as Villanova University psychology professor Patrick Markey tweets, debunked in the past for similar reasons. What's your take? Fire off below and let us know.
Hit Batman game pulled from sale on PC. The popular Batman Arkham series is beloved by gamers around the world, but it hit a snag last week when PC gamers found problems with its latest incarnation, Batman Arkham Knight. I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am
Error, PC, error.
Gamers were livid when they found that the PC port of Batman Arkham Knight was pretty much unplayable. Warner Bros. Temporarily pulled the PC version from sale after many gamers complained of bugs and crashes. Developer Rocksteady says they are working to fix the game while disgruntled gamers get refunds. Arkham Knight isn't the first shoddy PC port this year. Mortal Kombat 10 and Dead or Alive 5 also had issues, just to name two. Here's a future idea for game publishers. Why not wait until the product's ready before selling it, instead of making gamers pay for nose for a steaming pile of unplayable horse crap? This is an example of why it is perhaps a good idea to wait until the game is released instead of pre-ordering.